You know what's a good game? ARMS. The art style is great, the gameplay is fresh, and the music is fantastic. Oh my god. Oh, what is that smell? Oh my god. Gasp! A rat. I've been mulling over this conspiracy, this idea that Nintendo made specific game design decisions to sabotage the game. Whoa, 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 whoa! I know how crazy that sounds, but hang on, just hear me out, okay? I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy! 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 Just stick with me for a second and let me explain my little game theory. He's gone! He's gone and he's never coming back! Once upon a time, there was Smash 64. The game was super fun and cool and neat, which made fans and Nintendo happy. So, a sequel was made. But since Melee was a little rushed, it had glitches. But these glitches ended up being a good thing for the game. They added a lot of depth, which made fans happy. Too happy. The Smash community had become loud and obnoxious and fun even. While Melee players were making merry, a storm was brewing at Nintendo HQ. Double, toil and trouble. Forum pages burn and fan bases struggle. Hark! What do my eyes perceive? Gamers gathering to smash with glee. I must think of a way to stop this if there be any. Oh yes, I know just the way to stop this hootenanny. Take the game and make it slow. Add tripping so dashing brings only woes. If you don't like it, you can suck my balls. Just wait till they get a load of Smash Brothers Brawl. Brawl was the first time Nintendo would actively take measures against the community. It was the complete opposite of what Melee players would have wanted from a sequel, and pushed this now competitive franchise into the party game corner. So yeah, sure, a couple fans didn't like the game, but what about the multi-million-dollar company? How did they feel about it? I think this is good for us and there won't be any major ramifications. Brawl went on to be bad for Nintendo and there were major ramifications. Nintendo had severed their connection to a portion of the community. And even the parts of it that did move on to Brawl and accepted it as their main game still took on a little bit of that rebellious spirit that those Melee players were giving off. And Big N hasn't been down with fighting games ever since. Even games like Pokken Tournament, you could argue they kind of pulled their punches a little bit. Speaking of punches, ching! ARMS was limited in two main ways. Number one being the camera. Communities around these games spend a large amount of their time watching the games being played. I can't tell you how many times I've been suckered into buying a fighting game just from thinking a top 8's cool. It gets you every time. It's a problem though. It's seriously, like you need like 1 or 2 fighting games to like grind. I can't have 8 of them in my Steam library. This is an issue. But now let's take one of those top 8s and just put a big line right down the middle. I don't want to watch that, you know? That's not visually appealing. Okay, so the split screen sucks for viewers, but at least the players are having fun. Oh, we can fix that. So a good bit of this game's depth comes from the different arms you can equip to your characters. Aside from the 3 starting arms that a character comes with, you have to unlock the rest for each individual character. Needless to say, this makes running locals freaking impossible. You gotta 100% the game multiple times. Eventually, ARMS got a tournament mode which sidestepped this issue. Essentially, in this mode, you can't earn any achievements or unlock anything or win points or whatever, but all the characters get all the arms unlocked and you can just run a bunch of versus matches. So it's perfect for a tournament setting. One tiny issue, they added it in the final update. Which at that point, it's not really like, oh, here's a tournament mode to help this game thrive and have a healthy community, as much as it's just a kiss of death. Like this last little thing they give the game right at the end just so people can't say they didn't. But it's like, it's over now, so why'd you wait so long? It's possible that the people making the game just didn't realize the issue until it was too late. But that's kind of crazy. We're talking about Nintendo, bro. These guys know how to make games. They get game design. It's crazy to suggest that they wouldn't understand like the biggest game design flaw with ARMS. They didn't fix it till the very end. That's hard to believe, but it's just a theory. So that's my theory. Nintendo released ARMS with the intent of letting it die if it couldn't grow under their wing, kind of like Splatoon did. Because after 5.1, that was kind of it. They stopped running tournaments for it, the comics never came out, all the ARMS support was just completely terminated. So yeah, obviously, Nintendo was done with ARMS. They washed their hands of it. They weren't having it. ARMS couldn't succeed under very specific conditions, so they were just gonna throw it away. And then they added Min Min to Smash. So then what does it mean? They support ARMS, but they don't? How do we decipher this? Well, Nintendo's next console is coming out soon. It's supposed to be in 2025. And if they put an ARMS 2 on there, it doesn't guarantee that they're gonna full push ARMS. It doesn't guarantee that ARMS is back from the dead. But there is one thing within the game that will tell us Nintendo's true intentions. If ARMS 2 releases without a tournament mode, day one, then Nintendo's just gonna let it die again. So the thinking behind this is, when Nintendo made ARMS 1, they genuinely didn't think, oh wait a minute, we accidentally made it impossible for people to run tournaments for our fighting game, so it's not gonna grow as much as it could. It's gonna be very difficult for this game to thrive. And they added a tournament mode at the last second because they didn't think of it till then. That all has to be true for this next part. ARMS 2 launches with tournament mode because they've already acknowledged that tournament mode is good for the game. If it releases without tournament mode, it means what they did to ARMS 1 was on purpose, because they've already acknowledged, oh yeah, ARMS needs a tournament mode, otherwise people have to 100% the game multiple times, blah 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 blah. So if they release ARMS 2 without it, they are omitting? Omitting? Is there a B? I think it's just OM. Omitting. We're gonna lock it in. They're omitting a mode that is necessary for the game's success. And they're aware that it's necessary, because they wouldn't have put it in ARMS 1 if it wasn't. They're excited. They're big ARMS fans. So I guess that's kind of it. If ARMS 2 releases with tournament mode, my theory is incorrect. I'm a dumb little Nintendo hater, and you can all beat me up and give me a wedgie and a noogie. But if ARMS 2 releases without a tournament mode, it means my theory is right, and there are genuinely people at Nintendo that just hate video games. Will that end up being the case? Will ARMS become this massive success that I feel like it can be? I don't know. But what I do know is that that soundtrack goes hard. Pump my jam!